like everything is there, everything is free. You are not this body, you are just a soul, and you are here to just do the duties that you have to do. It's like a drama show that is going on, and you are here like you are just doing the role of yours.
I mean, there's more to it in the sense of, yes, we are souls having this experience, and we get to kind of curate it and build it in the way that we want. So it's like,
Welcome back, guys, to our new episode. And today we are going to discuss about awakening because it's a very deep topic. Even I have a lot of questions to ask you, Rose, because there are a lot of things that I wanted to know. There are a lot of things that is going on back of the mind. So super excited for the podcast. So Rose, how are you doing?
I'm amazing. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining this podcast. So, guys, let me introduce you to Rose. Like, she's an awakening coach. She's doing a lot of things in her life. So, Rose, would you love to tell us more about you? Like, what are the things you're doing right now?
Yeah, so I'm an awakening coach, which is not a term that many people know because they
Hmm.
aren't aware that they're going through an awakening or humanity's going through an awakening. So I have been carving myself out in this field, this genre for the last 6 years. And even for myself, I didn't really understand what an awakening was until I went through it. And now that I've gone through it, I recognize, oh, that's what I do for people. So I help people move through the different layers of consciousness and move through into their awakening. So that's what I do, and it's something that is very intuitive, but also that I've done so many times now. There's like a formula, so I feel really confident in being able to do that for people, and at the same time too, like it's a really interesting genre to be in because people don't understand or even know it exists. So it's this like really, I don't know, it's like I feel like I'm a secret. But then once people get me, they're just like, oh, well, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
Right.
And it unlocks their ability to navigate life in such a more liberated way. I really teach people how to become energetically sovereign within their own experience. And it's in that energetic sovereignty that they find themselves, and then they unlock what I call divine destiny. So you get to essentially play a whole different game on this planet. Your whole life becomes
Right.
completely different.
Right, right. It's amazing. Like I think there is a journey that a person go through when there is a process that is going on for the awakening. So once you will start understanding about these things, automatically this type of things comes to your life and you are going through this entire journey. So, like Rose, there are a lot of audience who wanted to know, like, what do you mean by the term awakening? So, what do you mean by awakening? Like, how does this works, or like, tell us more about it. Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
so the awakening is it is coming into the awareness that you are essentially a multidimensional being. You are a
Mm.
soul having a journey as an individual in this avatar. And
Yeah.
when you awaken to that, you understand that you have a lot more freedom, and you have more choices. So the reason humanity is going through an awakening right now is because humanity has been very suppressed and very controlled in many aspects of their life, which hinder their ability to understand that there are all of these choices. And so
Mm.
the universe is super cool. It has this like innate ability to show up in your life and to start to awaken you. It will kind of set off clues and synchronicities and things that try to trigger your awareness to understand that you are the soul having this journey and not just a human running a program. And so, how that
Mm.
usually manifests for people is like they'll start to see repeating numbers, they'll start to see signs and synchronicities, they'll start to have these moments where they start to question things and they go, wait, that feels
Mm.
different, or wait,
Yeah.
that isn't quite what I remember. um, i
Right.
remember i remember being like, I don't know, in my 20s, and I waitress for most of my life. And I remember having like this very clear moment, and I was setting up the restaurant, and I was like opening the blinds, and I just had this like weird feeling of like, this can't just be life. Like it was this like, there's something more. I know there's something more. But then it wasn't reflected to me in my reality. So the thing is the soul will wake up when the soul's ready, but you also need to be open for the signs and symbols, and then you need to be curious. You need to be like, oh, what does that repeating number mean? Well,
Mm,
our numbers, each number has a certain frequency, and so the universe has this ability to speak to us in binary code. But if you don't know what those frequencies mean, you just go, oh, that's a coincidence. So most of
yeah,
humanity and most people throughout their life just go, that's nothing. That's nothing. I don't see it. And then they just continue on setting up the restaurant and forgetting that there's anything there. But
yeah.
now, especially since COVID, there was this like it was almost like a flash of energy, and it shifted so many people. And what I really witnessed is it really woke up a lot of the healers and a lot of the people that are getting ready to turn around and then help people through their awakening. So that's really who I work with, are the people that are here that are needing to get awoken so that they can then turn around and then help the masses of humanity really find themselves and really navigate the process of awakening.
Hmm, right. So, correct me if I am wrong, but I think the journey of this awakening is when you understand that you are not this body, you are not this, like who you are right now, the name. You are a soul who is connected with the universe, and you can do whatever you think of. Like you have the powers because everything that is there, you can touch, feel, or whatever it is, the entire things has been created by the humans, they're created by the manpower. So there is nothing that is like, everything is there, everything is free. You are not this body, you are just a soul, and you are here to just do the duties that you have to do. It's like a drama show that is going on, and you are here like you are just, they're doing the role of yours, something like that. Like, am I correct?
Yeah, I mean there's more to it in the sense of yes, we are souls having this experience. And we get to kind of curate it and build it in the way that we want. So it's like, you know, I look at the people's fascinations with like people that want to play like, role playing computer games or Nintendo games or whatever, like that fascination of like building your character and going in and doing quests and
Yeah.
leveling up. That is essentially what Earth is. It's like coming down here and you have a soul, but this
Hmm.
soul wants to level up and experience certain things. And so you might be coming to the planet so that you can really learn compassion in this lifetime. And I often see it as like you've got this bar of compassion, and when you do these certain quests and you solve these algorithms, your compassion bar expands and you level up. And so that's what
Hmm.
most of humanity is doing, is it's learning to level up. It's building character. It's gathering experience points. And then because I mean, the universe is super interesting and it's so vast and there's so many things that I often think it's like so complicated in so many ways, but we're not
Yeah.
meant to take in all of the information of the universe and how the
Hmm.
universe is. We're meant to right now in this body have a more simplified life of just being able to focus on us as this fractal and us in this
Right.
game. So I often say to clients, like, if you can view life as a game and you can bring that level of joy and also curiosity and fun and become less serious, then life becomes playful. Life becomes
Hmm.
like this magical journey. And that's what really happens when you start to awaken. You get less stressed out. You're less
Yeah.
in the story and you're more like, "Oh, I'm in a game. I'm in a game."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right. I think like that only. Like for me, I think like it's a video game that is going on, and if I'm there in this game, so I have to win this game. So there is nothing for losing because, like at the end of the day, it's just a video game. So even if I lose, like there is nothing to worry about because it's just a game that is going on. And yeah, so, like this is a very good concept. Do you believe in multiverse? Like, do you believe in that?
In
Is
in
there
what
a
in what way?
multiverse, like multiverse, you have heard about it? Like there are multiple universe all around the like there are multiple
Uh,
universes,
oh,
like something like that.
multiverse. Do I believe in the multiverse?
Multiverse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do. And I often think um so I feel like society gives us hints and clues of what we're really experiencing, and I like we've seen such an upsurge in the like say the Avengers and all of those stories, and if you look, a lot of those stories right now are really showing us about the multiverse. And what I
yeah.
see is it's starting to activate that download and that remembering within the human collective. So absolutely the multiverse is real. But again, you are your belief system. So this is where it becomes like almost paradoxical. So if you don't believe in certain things, it's almost like you shut them off from your reality. And so what I see is now that we're starting to get exposed to the idea of the multiverse, a lot of us are like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." And that's
Mm,
and that's something that I'm starting to see in my own life, like the I'm starting to see more and more validation that those things are true. And so we have so much power, and if we remembered how much power we have, we could see that we have the ability to almost like Rolodex timelines and be able to go into different timelines and activate different timelines, and it essentially all possibilities are open and valid and available to us, which means all multiverses must exist. Like it's like this like very wild concept. Um,
yeah,
but it's also something like I wouldn't probably teach my new clients coming in because it's too overwhelming. Like if I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
it is like very advanced. It's very advanced to sit
Mm,
in that knowing, and live by that knowing.
right, right. As you were talking about this timeline that we can go in different timelines and
Yeah.
time zones and stuff. So do you believe in like the time travel? Like have you if you have heard
Oh,
about
time
that? Like we
travel?
can, yeah. Do
Yeah.
you believe in that? Is it possible? Because I don't think so. Like for me, like
Yeah.
I don't think like time travel can be a thing that is possible. But I don't know. Like there are a lot of theories, there are a lot of conspiracy about it. Like if you have heard about this cartoon series, like Simpson, have you heard
Hmm.
about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
that Simpson series, like there are a lot of things that they have predicted that
Yeah.
gone correct. Like they
Yeah.
have predicted that the Donald Trump, like it was the exact image of Donald Trump, that
Hmm.
Donald Trump is going to be the next president or something.
Yeah.
So they have predicted it a lot of years back.
Yeah.
So like how that is possible? Like this is insane. Like I can't, like
Yeah,
what is
well,
that?
I do believe in time traveling. I don't believe most of us are going to have access to it because again, it's like if you don't have a full like rooted awareness and knowing that that is your truth, then you don't have access to certain things. So I don't believe a
Hmm.
lot of us have access to that part of our remembering. So I don't believe most of humanity in this lifetime or in my lifetime probably will be able to time travel, but I do
Yeah.
believe there are many beings on the planet that have access that within the existence of the world. So I do believe that in that, and I remember getting really drawn to Doctor Who when I was like I don't know, in my mid 20s. And I remember because Doctor Who's all about time travel. And I remember it like really like awakened something within me, and I started like showing up in my life in really interesting ways. Um, but as far as like the Simpsons thing, it's interesting because I mean it could be that someone traveled to the future and then got all this information and came back. But I also believe in um, you know there are people that just have the ability to foresee the future and to lean into futures and probabilities and sometimes we're also gifted from the universe like certain people that have access to information and then they step into positions like being an artist that has a really strong voice for a large part of the collective, and so it would make sense that the universe uses that person and implements these things and it triggers people into this like holy how is that possible. It's like
Hmm.
showing us that things are possible, that that person has the ability to channel information or to be a tool for the universe in a way that gives us insight and gives us awareness. Like there's so many gifts and abilities that we aren't privy to as a general population because most of us don't believe in it. We were stripped of our
Yeah.
magic. We were stripped of our gifts and our awareness. When you aren't, you know, leaning into esoteric arts and we're not like living by ritual and ceremony and we're not governing ourselves by the moon and we're not doing these things, we get cut off from that. And when we're cut off from that, we don't really remember that we have a third eye that has the ability to see things and to know things. We don't understand that some people can have visions and can hear things. Like we have so many things that have been locked away from us, and that's what I really do for people as well, is I increase their awareness, but I also help them remember the belief in their magic, the belief that they have these abilities. And I can say it confidently because I was someone that was totally locked away from her magic for a really long time. It didn't show up, and it was hidden away from me because I was going through my karmatic life. And so that's what most of humanity is doing right now. It's in its karma. It's navigating life from this extreme density and from this program of like debts and owing and drama and trauma. And when you're in that, you don't get your magic because you're not healed enough to wield it in a way that is going to be appropriate and that works with the universe. And so a lot of our magic is tucked away, not taken away, but tucked away until you're ready to be able to wield it. And the way that you're able to wield it is by doing the inner work. It's healing your
Hmm.
traumas, healing your triggers, healing your your outdated beliefs and the things that no longer serve you. And when you heal those things, and then when you also pair raising your frequency, so like eating well and doing yoga and reading books that expand your consciousness, when you do those things, then the universe starts to like slip your magic back to you. It starts to give it to
Hmm.
you in a way that it won't hand it all over, but it streamlines it to you in a way that you can integrate it and that you believe it and that you start to listen and work with the universe. And it's like the more that you do, the more that you get. And when you start
Hmm.
to like surrender then into a path of service to others and humanity, that's when it really starts to come in. That's when I mean, it will come in differently for everyone, but you get access to the magical timeline, what I call divine destiny. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That makes sense. 100%.
Yeah.
I think the viewers who are watching this video, if they want to get into this, like understanding more about the universe and like how all those things works, like what is awakening and how manifestation works, the first step is to align themselves with the universe. If they're aligned themselves with the universe, they can see some symbols, like as you were talking about, that they can see the magical numbers all over there. If they're thinking something, yesterday I was thinking about one of my friend, like suddenly I got the phone of that friend. So there are a lot of things that you can see in your daily life. So I was thinking about a particular car, I can see those cars running around me in the streets. So it's the signals that I'm getting from the universe that yeah, something is working. So for the viewers who are watching this video, is there any hacks, or you can say like strategies or rituals that they have to follow in a daily basis so that they can align themselves with the universe and start doing their practices? I've heard about doing like a salt bath where you are just having a bath with rock salt, if you know about that.
Yeah.
So there are a few remedies that people do in a daily basis to align themselves. So I wanted to know some of them from you.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And what I would say is it's going to be different for everyone. And
Yeah.
what I would strongly recommend is the most valuable thing, or the thing that's going to help you understand the universe more, is growing your awareness. So,
Hmm.
growing your awareness, understanding you are more than just this body and more than just the life, more than just the identity you created. And when we start to expand and we start to break down like the individualism that we are all really stuck in, when we start to understand that, then we can see that the universe is like showing us who we are. And so when we get signs and symbols, that's the universe showing us like we are the universe. So you are getting an insight, a physical manifestation that your energy is confirming that you are everything. And so that's a really big one. Like we actually are everything. The universe is one whole energy and we are a fragment of that. But it doesn't make us any less of that whole fragment. And so,
Hmm.
as we grow in our journey, as we grow in awareness, we start to see that we and the reality we create is a direct reflection of our energy. And so, exactly what you said is when we move into alignment, we'll start to see more magic reflected to us because we're
Yeah.
now able to see it. And it's also coming in a way that doesn't cause us to forget, in the sense of when you're okay, so when you're in a lack of awareness but you're also in a state of not being in alignment, so there's just a lot of chaos, your energy is not healed, it's very much in its drama and trauma. What gets reflected to us are dramatic and traumatic scenarios. And so, in that, we don't see magic and we don't see the universe. We see problems and chaos, and we go, this life is hard and this is stupid and I don't want to do this. And we're just in the story. But when you
Yeah.
start to heal the energy and the energy starts to balance and you move into alignment, you start to see these really sweet moments and you go, oh, that's so
Hmm.
magical. Oh, that's so cool. I was just thinking about them. Oh, oh my gosh. And you start to see the wonder and you're so curious and you're like, "Oh, that's so great." You're like, "Wow, there must be something more working in this experience because that's almost impossible. Like the probability of this thing happening is so minuscule, but yet it happened. And then this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and you start to witness that you are this magical being calling in the experience. And so that's why doing the inner work and balancing the energy is so important. And so things, yes, um like having salt baths, that can be powerful. I really like yoga. I
Yeah.
really like yoga or qigong or tai chi, anything that's like moving the body and like being able to disperse energy and also take in energy and just find balance and groundedness. But you can also find that by being in nature. So grounding, putting our feet on the earth. The earth and nature is, it's almost like, I see it as like almost like a kidney. Like it's able to filter our energy and cleanse and clear. But most people wear rubber soles and they walk on the earth and they never get that connection. So they're missing like half of the downloads that could be going into them. So a lot of people will feel very ungrounded and very distorted when they are missing that connection with the earth. So the
Okay.
earth connection it's imperative. It's imperative if you want to feel balanced and whole because you need to get the earth, you need those downloads from the earth. You need them from the earth, but you also need them from the cosmos. So being outside under the stars is so healing. I always say, as above, so below, as within, so without. So we need
Okay.
the earth and we need the cosmos. And then it weaves within us and then we get to experience that magic back to us. But most people are missing key ingredients. And so all they have is just the swirl of stories and drama and they go, "Oh my god, I'm just going into another dramatic scenario. I'm just going into another karmic filled relationship or job." And the reason being is because they don't have the ingredients to complete and weave together to pull in the magical timeline for themselves. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I can relate with it a lot when you told me about the grounding thing. Like if you are
Yeah.
meditating in grass or in ground, like your meditation go more deeper. Like I have feel that myself as well. So like in our home, in a daily basis, we do meditation in like in our bed or you can say in the chair or something like that. Do you think like this is a wrong process of doing meditation? You should do it only in sitting in the ground?
Um, so I would say that there's no wrong way to do anything.
Yeah.
It is always checking in of like, okay, what resonates with me? Because you're
Right.
built in a different way than I'm built. So
Right.
I like for me, because I fall asleep a lot in meditation, I'll usually do my meditation right before I go to bed. So that
Okay.
I like to be cozy and set up and I know I'm gonna fall asleep, so I'm like I might as well just go into my sleep after that instead of
Yeah.
like, falling asleep midday and then feeling groggy or whatever. I
Yeah.
also like to do it in nature. Um, there's no wrong way, and some people have a lot of resistance to meditation. So for people like that, I would say do what feels really good to you. If you are an artist, then your art, when you're creating, that can be a meditation. When you are
Mm.
walking, if you love to walk, it's like, hey, go into the forest, but then walk with intention and really like, it can be a walking prayer, whatever it is, but do what resonates with you. Because if I go and tell you you have to go meditate like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that is not how I would like to meditate, but that's how she
Right. Right.
said, and I'm going to go do it, you're naturally going to go into a state of resistance because you don't want to.
I
And
don't want.
the whole
Yeah.
reason we want to meditate is so that you open and you feel the universe, so that you
Right.
remember that you are the universe. That is what meditation is. It is
Yeah.
just to remember that you are everything.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and as you do that, and as for me now, I don't meditate a whole lot. I just bring my awareness into everything that I do and I go, oh, this is me being the universe right now. And in that and being that, that is that is all the universe wants. It just wants to be remembered and you want to remember it. And so you have that beautiful exchange in a way that is how we are organically meant to live. We're meant to live from that place of being so present and so feeling so content with every moment, whether it is happy or sad or whatever. We don't get attached to how it looks. We just are so grateful that we're able to play this game and have this experience and get to be part of life.
Right, right. Like this is very important. Like you have to be comfortable while doing that. Like if you are not comfortable or you are resist, then you are not going to do it in a right way. So it's amazing. There is nothing like right and wrong. These are the terms that human have made
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
I think like there is no concept of time as well. Like this, the time concept has been designed by humans. So anything that has been designed by human is not how we are, or this is not like I don't believe on all those things. It's amazing. Like I arose like the locket that you have weird right now. Like I was watching that. So
Yeah.
I wanted to know like what exactly it is. Like do you have a meaning behind it?
Yeah, so actually this symbol in the middle, and I actually also have a ring for it as well.
Right.
It's the pentagram. And so the pentagram is earth, air, fire, water, ether. And it is a sacred symbol, and it's been one that's been kind of ostracized or hijacked in a lot of ways because if you invert it, a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's the devil symbol." But when it's put with the moons here like this, it actually means divine feminine. So it is divine feminine, which is something that um, the divine feminine energy is what is rising or trying to rise within humanity right now. And this is the healing mother energy that is here to soothe humanity and bring them into a place of feeling safe so that they can open, so that they can come to this place of like, oh, it is safe to evolve. It is safe to let go and break down the old realities and allow ourselves to step into this unknown place. And so divine mother energy is something that has been really feared and really ostracized in a lot of ways and in a lot of different times of our existence of humanity. And so this symbol, I have a lot of people that are either really drawn to it or go, oh, I'm not sure what you're all about. And it's interesting, and it's almost very similar to when I like call myself a witch, because I am very witchy, and it's been something that I've always been drawn to. And so when I say that to certain people go, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool," and then some people go, "Oh my gosh, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you about?" So it's always something I never take personally, but I'm always curious, because when I see people go, "Oh my gosh, I can't," I know that there is either trauma from this life. Usually, they would have like a very religious upbringing or something along that lines, or they have trauma from past lives when they were a witch and they were burned at the stake, or when they burned other people, or like there's so many things that I get so curious about, because I'm like, well, why do you have that trigger? Like, why? And when you dive into it and then you bring awareness to it, most of the time they go, oh, that's not so bad, or I didn't know that. A lot of people fear what they don't know. And a lot of people also won't ask, and they'd rather just keep their fear. So people are in this lifetime very addicted to fear. It is like the number one prevalent addiction out there is they are addicted to fear, and then they are addicted to sitting in their victim consciousness. It's just something that they've done in so many lifetimes that they feel really comfortable there. And for you to awaken your soul, you got to crack that open and you got to let that stuff go. So you got to start to be curious about this and ask questions and heal the fear so that you can find the liberation in that. I know that just that went so far from what you just asked, but yeah. Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like the conversation that is going on is
Yeah.
amazing. Like it's very interesting. Like even I have learned a lot of things from you.
Yeah.
Like just curious to know one thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you think the religion and the spirituality is a different thing? Like both of them is totally different.
Yeah.
The
So
religious things and spirituality.
yeah, I believe, and I'll also say everything that I'm saying is it is the way that I filter and perceive reality based on what I've gone through, and then based on what I've seen with clients, and then also,
Yeah.
I've read a lot of books and things like that. I've gathered a lot of information. So I
Uh-huh.
know my way isn't the only way, but I believe that religion a is a part of the journey of the evolution of soul. So we are moving and are meant to move to a place of spirituality. And some people will get stuck in religion in one lifetime or many lifetimes, because there's a lot of really positive attributes in there and a lot of things that they want to experience, like community, like connectedness, like feeling you are part of something, which is really like at our core, we want to feel like we are part of something. We want to feel seen and heard. And so religion really does that for people in a lot of ways. But religion also has a lot of rules, a lot of regulations, and it has a lot of like, if you want this, you must do this. So there's a lot of control tactics, and there's a lot of what I would say like wounded masculine energy holding that structure together. And so we can see that reflected in governmental systems and healthcare systems and things like that. And I just see the church as being a middleman, or a middle energy to you remembering that you are God, that you are the universe. And so it puts itself in between you. And for a lot of people, they need that. They need that to be able to open up, to understand that they are being supported and seen by a higher power. But when the consciousness gets to a certain point, you then realize, oh, I don't need that. I don't need someone telling me what to think or how to think. I can feel the connectedness to God. I can feel it through nature, or I can feel it through my relationships, or I can feel it through my own meditation. And they start to witness where it becomes confining and constricting. And so a lot of people that I see that come out of religion, they usually come out because they're like, there was a lot of like rules that I didn't agree with. There was a lot of things that I thought, well, if God is all loving, then why does he hate gay people? Or why does he? There was a lot of those kinds of things where people
Yeah.
question, and they go, no, if God is everything, then God is also non-judgmental. And so in religion, there's a lot of judgment. So for to me, that then shows me it's not fully evolved. Because when we're in judgment, we are in a place of not understanding that everything is everything, and so that there
Hmm.
is no judgment. God is non-judgmental because guess what? God made everything. And I say
Right.
God, but I also, for me, I usually say universe, source. I say
Universe.
the universe made everything. So it's non-judgmental. And when I look at things that can confirm that for me, if we're here as souls learning the journey, and we are trying to navigate and we're trying to cultivate experience and build character and build things like compassion and integrity and all those things, then
Hmm.
we require in our own hero's journey, we require villains, we require hard quests, we require
Right.
all these things. And so the universe also creates the villains, also creates the hard things so that we can
Yeah.
find ourselves, so that we can evolve up. So for us being like, oh, that person's bad, that's the devil made him. It's like, no, the universe made him. And the devil energy is an archetypical energy that's required for character development, for people to find their strength and their power. I often look back at my own, my own hardships in my own life of intensity where people had to play really intense parts. I had to go through some abuse, I had to go through some really intensity, and I recognized that those people that played those parts did it so I could find my voice, so I could find my power, so I could step into it, so I could step into a role of knowing who I was and what I won't stand for anymore.
Yeah.
I had to go through it. And so then I look at, oh wow, that person chose that role so I could find myself. And
Hmm.
in that, the freedom of that, but also then I also feel the love of the universe. It's like the universe was loving me the whole time. I just couldn't see it in my dark moments. I had to go through it and then come around and then expand my awareness to be able to pull up and go, oh my God, I see it. But once you get that awareness, you become so loving of all scenarios, and you understand that the universe is lovingly putting you in these lessons so that you can cultivate exactly what it is you came here to cultivate. So we don't get upset anymore, and we don't blame people, and we don't become the victim. We free ourselves from the victim consciousness. So it's incredibly freeing when you can not only just think that, but you can then apply it to your experience.
Hmm. This is amazing. Like,
Mhm.
it is very important to understand that everything that is going around you is for the betterment of your future, or it can be like everything have a purpose. Like nothing in your life is there without any purpose. So whatever is going on, it's just a time. Like it is going to go over and go over and over. So there is happy moments, there is sad moments, but at the end of the day, it's just a time, and it's just a video game that we are playing together.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it's amazing. Like the session today we had is brilliant session. But before wrapping it up, there are a few things that I wanted to know from you. So even I'm very excited, and the audience who are watching is very excited to know more about like how we can awaken ourselves. And I think this is a very important thing that a person should understand in their lifetime, because they have a limited time in their life, so they have to go through a lot of things, be more curious, understand like how universe work, align yourself. Like this is a magic that is going on, so you have to understand how this magic works. So this is the thing that you help people with, and you are helping people with your one-on-one support and the coaching that you offer. So I really wanted to know more about it, like how you are helping people, and if somebody wants to connect with you who are watching this video, like how they can connect with you.
Yeah, so you can, yeah, so I find that right now I do a lot of one on one support, but I found that when I'm working with clients, I'm repeating myself a lot. I'm doing the same thing over and over with clients because they are moving through consciousness in very similar ways. And so I found this kind of formula, and I call it the ashes formula, and how the consciousness moves from one stage to another. And then, depending on what stage you're at, giving the person that kind of support that's required for that stage. So at the very beginning, I'm not going to talk about, oh, step into your dream career and your like most powerful life. We're starting at the fundamentals. We've got to get to the place of building awareness and healing and all that kind of stuff. So one-on-one sessions look very similar, but also very different depending on which stage you're in. So I
Yeah.
tend to coach people, not for just one session, but we tend to do it over many sessions and keep people on track. That's something I really love doing, is being that support and having the ability to hold space for them as they navigate, because as they navigate at different phases and stages, they're going to require very different things, and they don't know it until they get there.
Yeah.
And then, because I saw so many similarities, I really decided that I wanted to have some sort of resource that I could kind of put people together and then really navigate them as a group. And so I just launched the Rebloom Club, which is very much about holding space for people. But what I also am really drawn to is very like the very mystical and esoteric part of it. So it's a lot more of like, getting in and remembering our magic.
Mm.
And that looks, to people on the outside maybe a little crazy, but when we're in there, it's like talking about the different elements and how the different elements show up in our life, and
Yeah.
how to let go of old programs and how to remember the magic within us. That's something that's really important to me. So I created that. I just launched it a couple weeks ago, and
Is
that's
it a
on my
small
online
community?
platform, Aurora Awakening Academy. And I've ran that for about 2 years now, but this membership just launched it. And and as far as like seeing me in person, I sometimes do mystic fairs. I kind of travel within the Shuswap and Okanagan areas. I'll do readings there. You can see me there. I also do retreats. That's what something I've been
Okay.
getting into. So me and a couple girlfriends, they do all the logistics. I love them so much. They do the cooking, they do the organizing, and I get to come in and I get to teach about the awakening. And so I'll do my offerings and bring awareness to the awakening and divination, which is something I'm really passionate about. So teaching on the tarot and teaching astrology, things like that, that just increase the magic. So those are the things that I currently do. I'm sure it's going to evolve and change, and who knows.
Yeah.
The universe is constantly
100%.
like, do this now, and I'm like, okay, let's do that. Yeah, but that's essentially right now. That's how people can connect with me. So they can go to
Amazing.
Aurora with three A's .mn.co, and that's my platform. And you can message me on there. You can connect with me. I'm also known as the Witchitarian on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and I put out daily vibes. So I will read the tarot, but I channel, and it's pretty phenomenal the feedback that I get from those videos. Like, and
Yeah, I have watched that
yeah,
videos. Like I was
and
going through your
that's how
Facebook
we met.
profile.
That's how you reached out to
Yeah,
me.
that's
Yeah,
it. That's how I met. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And like I'm going to put guys all the links in the
yeah.
description, like the links of the website and social media, so that you can just check it out from there directly and you can reach out to her. It's amazing. Like you can have a one-on-one session as well as the retreat part is amazing. Like because I am a big fan of retreats. Like it has changed my life. The people that I met, the networking that I do, and it helped me a lot in my business as well. Like once I came back from any retreat, like the mindset of mine is very calm down, and my focus ability increased. It is amazing. So the community that you are talking about, the club,
Yeah.
it is in your own platform, or is it like a school community or a WhatsApp group or something?
No, it's within the Aurora Awakening Academy, which is
Okay,
on Mighty Networks. So it's an app you download, and then within that, it's like its own private room. And in
makes
that,
sense.
yeah, in that I launch, different readings and videos, and then we meet once a month as a group,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
also get a 30-minute session with me every single month, and that's to be able to coach the one-on-one because it gives you more support. It lets me understand where you're at and what you need. And I love, like, my favorite thing to do is to resource out for people. So I'll get intuitive hits and I'll be like, you got to read this book, or
Yeah.
you got to go see this person. Like, that's
Right.
kind of my gift. I really know what the next step is for people. I don't know
Mm.
why it's my gift, but it is, and I lean into it, and people that listen to me, their whole lives change. Like, their whole lives
Right.
change, and I've witnessed it over and over again. And I constantly am like, I don't know how this is my job, and I don't know how I get paid the way that I do for this, but this is pretty freaking amazing. Like, it's a dream come true to do what I do because I was built
Right.
for it. Yeah.
I can totally understand that because I can see the videos that you have made. Like it's very, very like from the heart, like you are
Mhm.
directly making it from there. So it's amazing. Like guys, just check out the social media accounts. Like you will understand more about her and definitely reach out to her. Thank you so much, Rose, for this session. Like this was amazing. Like I had a beautiful session today. I have learned a lot of things from you, and you are an amazing personality. It's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. I love talking about this. It's like the one or these things are the things I could talk all day, every day. All about
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
right.
Thank you
It
for
was
having
deep.
me.
It was deep. Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this
Thank
video
you.
till the end. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.